Oh, hello there. So today I'm going to show you how to create a simple melodic generative patch on the Zoia. I will first play a little bit of a demo of the patch or of a version of the patch, and then I will make it from scratch and show you how to do it. It is very simple. It's based on a kind of the idea of what's called a Krell patch, Krell. So it's based on a trigger that keeps changing its rate, right? So it's kind of unpredictable in this way. And then the pitch as well is randomly generated. In this case, in my case, I quantize it to a scale, but you don't have to do that. Anyway, so here it is. I hope you enjoy. All right, so to get started, we will begin with an empty patch. Here we go. And now the first thing we need to do is to create our voice. So we are going to add an oscillator. Sine wave is fine. I'm going to put in the FM in. You'll see why later. And that's it. Then we need a VCA and an envelope. So the VCA would be audio module, yes. VCA, let's change the color a little bit. Okay, so we see what's going on. One in, one out, that's fine. We'll do stereo later with the effects. And then an envelope, so that would be a control module, yes. And we actually don't need sustain release, so let's make it simple. Just attack decay type of envelope. And red, actually I tend to keep red for audio input and output, so I'll put orange. All right. So now we need something to trigger our voice, and then we'll need something to create the pitch. So in order to trigger our voice, and I don't know if I will, well, let's go on another page. I will use a very simple LFO. So that will be a control module. Yes, LFO. Square, that's perfect. All right, here we go. So that's what will trigger our voice, but obviously we don't want something that's so regular. So what we're going to do is we're going to modulate the frequency of the LFO. So each time, after each trigger, it will reset the frequency to something a little different. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to create a, okay, I'm not very organized as you can see. Let's put it here. A random module. So that would be, I think, control. Random, yeah, here we go. So random module is just something that will spit out at sample rate, like random values. And then we will get, to tame that a little bit, we'll get a sample and hold. So it should also be control volume, I hope. Control module. Let's see. Sample and hold. Where are you? Ah, here it is. All right, done. Yep. Let's change the color just so we can, okay, see what's going on. Right, so that's our LFO, our random module, and the sample and hold. So what the sample and hold will do is we will input the random value to it, and there is a trigger. So each time what it will do is each time it is triggered, it will take whatever is the value at that point of the random module, and it will hold on to it until it gets a next trigger, at which point it will take another value, and so on. So it takes values from the random, but at intervals that are determined by the trigger. And our trigger, in this case, will be actually the LFO, right? So now we have a different random value every time our LFO starts. And what we're going to do, as you can imagine now, is use this to control the frequency. So now every time the LFO is triggered, the frequency changes. Okay, but here the range is all crazy. So let's first put like a low floor for the frequency, the minimum frequency, and then let's adjust the connection here. That's what's really great with the Zoia, is that whenever you have a connection, you also have an embedded attenuator, so you can make it stronger, or you can control the intensity of the connection. So here I'm going to make it, okay, so 10%. Oops, yeah, 10%. So let's see. All right, so it looks like we do have what we wanted. Okay, maybe let's make it a little more, 20%. And we can adjust that later when we actually make the connection and get some sound going. All right. Good. So we have what we wanted. With each trigger, we have a different frequency. So we'll have kind of irregular rhythm, like either irregular pace for triggering of the notes. Okay, so now we want to control the pitch. So in order to do that, we can actually use the same source to control the pitch, to give me a different pitch every trigger. So we could basically plug that into the pitch input of the oscillator, but I will first get it through a quantizer, right? So we quantize the pitch to a scale. We don't get any like random pitch. So let's see. Although there is nothing wrong with that, but in this case, I want to have it quantized. So scales basic, okay, that's fine. Don't need anything fancy. So what we have here with the quantizer, input, output, and okay, so I would actually like to choose the scale. So I'm gonna edit the module and add scale key jack. Yes, good. All right, and now I should have input, the key, the scale, and output, quantized note out. Okay, so let's choose minor natural, something simple. And so in the input, I'm going to put the output of the sample and hold. And now, lo and behold, yep, every time I get a different note, right? So obviously here the range is crazy. I had G1, A9. I don't want 8 octaves. So I'm going to do the same I did for the trigger. I'm going to make the connection a little smaller. I think 10% would give me an octave, a range of an octave. So let's do maybe 15%. Okay, good. And let's make it a little, yeah, starting a little higher, so I get within a medium range. Okay, maybe a little higher. All right, let's keep it this way, and then we can adjust. It looks like it will be around middle C. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we are pretty much done. All we have to do is connect our trigger to the envelope. So gate input, attack, decay, output. So we need to, to connect the LFO trigger to the gate input. So when you connect across pages, you just select what you want to connect, you move to the next page, and you click to the one you want to connect to it. Which leads me often to create connections that I don't want to create, but that's another story. So here we have it, and so our gate is triggered. Yep. And so we're gonna use it to control the open the VCA. We're going to connect the output of our oscillator to the input of the VCA. And lastly, we will connect our pitch output from the quantizer to the pitch input of the oscillator. Okay. So now if I create an output, an audio output, so let's make, a little reverb just so we have something more pretty and in stereo. So we'll take the reverb light, very simple, 1 in, 2 out. Okay, so it will transform our signal from mono to stereo. And then we need an audio output. Oh, what happened? Oh, I think, okay, sorry, I need to move that. All right, so now we need to create an audio output. And for that, I'm going to use the color red. That's really the only one where I have a kind of like a method. All right, and we want stereo, and I'm going to get gain control. It's always a good idea to have some sort of control over the gain at the end of chain, so you don't blow out your speakers or your ears. Okay, and now if I connect my VCA to the input of the reverb and the output of the reverb to, here we go. Here it is. That's it. Okay. And obviously here you can make adjustments, so we could make things overall faster by raising the floor for our LFO, or slower. We could make the frequency more unpredictable by increasing the range of the random. Okay, so it's probably going to be too much, but yeah. Okay, so here we have something more. That's interesting too, more unpredictable. Okay, let's keep it this way. That's kind of cool. We can, we can adjust the attack, the decay, right? Okay, and I'm going to do something I like to do because I really like FM. You remember that I put the FM input on the oscillator, so what I like to do is simply connect the output of the oscillator to the FM. You see? So you get just a simple feedback where the oscillator modulates itself And of course I could take that to a VCA, to an envelope, but here I'm keeping things very simple. Okay, let's maybe put where is this? Oh, okay. Let's insert a delay between the just before the reverb. So we'll take a simple delay, one in, one out. Okay, done. Oh no, actually, yeah, one in, one out is fine. Okay, and here it is. Oh, 1 second, my daughter is here. Yes, I'm recording a video, but it's okay. What is your question? Oh, and we're back. So yeah, I'm sorry for the end of the video. My daughter came, and then yeah, I kind of had to stop the recording. But I think I covered pretty much everything. I mean, obviously, from there, what you can do is build your voice a little better. Add a filter envelope, add an envelope to the FM, add different effects. You can play with the attenuators for the connection, so make the modulation, rhythmic modulation or modulation of pitch more wild or more gentle. You could also use a different random source for the pitch, because here I'm using the same for the pitch and the trigger. You could have some other modulations going on, etc., etc. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will be inspired. And if you make something out of this, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And please, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to let me know that you did enjoy it, and to encourage me to make more content like this. Take care. Bye.